Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. It's time for dinner. Well, start and make dinner. We are doing sticky char siu spare ribs. Here's what we need. They're fairly straightforward because first of all, we're going to marinate them 4 to 5 hours, or if we can, overnight. Now, I had to go out for a little while, so I'm going to do the 4-hour marinade, but if you can, try and get up earlier in the morning and do them, and then cook them later and they'll taste better. So come on in, I'll show you what we need. Okay, first up, you're going to need a glass or a ceramic dish that you can put everything in. I'm going with this one because it's got the lid, so that one's awesome. You'll also need a glass jug to mix everything up in. Ingredients are as follows: half a cup of char siu sauce. Now, if I haven't got enough, that's all I'm going to use. I'll just make it up with a bit of water. That's normally what I do if I don't have enough. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. 1.5 tablespoons of Chinese rice wine. That's that one there. 3 garlic cloves, which we're going to crush. They're ready to be crushed. And 8 pork spare ribs, rind removed. Now, I've got them here. I don't know if he's removed the rind, but I'm going to keep it on anyway. So we're going to make up the marinade in here, put the pork in this dish with the lid on, refrigerate for 4 hours, and then I'll come back and we'll get going. So, really straightforward. Crack your garlic into the jug. In we go. Oh, that's a good one. Garlic everywhere. Okay. I'm going to grab a spoon, which I always have plenty handy. Right, I'll set that aside because I can clean that out later. Might use that spoon. All right, next up is our 1/4 cup of soy sauce. In goes that one. I'm going to do the char siu sauce. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. I apologize if I'm not. Siu or sway. Going to do this one next. It's a very thick, sticky sauce. I have used this one before, so this is basically going to knock off the rest of this jar, which is perfect for me because that'll get rid of it. Right, here we go. In it goes. Keep going. All right. Now, I've only got half of what I need. So we're going to try and scrape this out. But if you've seen episodes before, you'll see me deglaze a jar. And believe me, we are going to get our 1/2 cup because we're going to deglaze it, wait for it, with the Chinese cooking wine, which is 1.5 tablespoons. Nearly put it in the wrong one, I knew that. Whoops. There we go. I'll undo the last one. So I went a bit heavy-handed with the last lot. All right, get rid of that. Okay. Now, if I do it this way, I could have made the sauce up in that. Thought of it now. All right. In goes that. That will make up the rest of that. All right, get that spoon back. Teaspoons come in so handy in the kitchen for everything. Just when you think you've used enough, there's always more. All right. There you go. This bottle has lasted a very long time. All right. Mixy, mixy, mixy. All right. Let's get and open these up. Now, I haven't actually looked at these ones because obviously my butcher delivers them to me, so they're sight unseen to me. Oh yeah, these are nice. I haven't had these for ages, but I do like these. These are pork rashers. So I've actually left the rind on them, but to me that actually crispies up and it's really good. So just layer them in your bowl or dish or whatever you're using. If you can do these overnight, then do so, because I reckon they'll be so much better. But anyway, if you can't, fear not. Just keep going with it. All right. Chuck that last one in there. Okay, over we go. Beautiful. All right, pop a lid on it, and I'll see you in 4 hours. Okay, so after your 4+ hours, I've actually left these a little bit longer. Grab them out of the fridge, pop your oven on 200 to 180. I would normally put mine on 180 as I treat it as fan forced. But being pork, I actually do want them to cook sometime tonight. So I'm going to do it this way. Now grab yourself a baking dish. Pop some baking paper underneath. And you want a wire rack, which this is the one that I've stolen from the thing that goes in my grill, which I hardly ever use anyway. So it comes in handy, this one. Now what we want to do is we want to get our ribs out of the fridge and grab yourself a brush. Now, when I was telling you how to do this, I actually didn't read my recipe, and I was only supposed to use half of this marinade to keep the others for basting. So I've done it the different way. But anyway, we can still do it this way. So what we're going to do is pop them on here in a single layer, which I'm going to make a big mess because these are very messy. So move it closer. There we go. We move it closer. We can't technically make too much mess. Technically. Oh, they smell good. They're not even cooked yet, so don't eat them yet, obviously. So keep them in, obviously, a single layer. And then what we're going to do, once we've got these on here, we're going to brush them with what we had left. Okay. So just brush them with what you had left. Don't be tempted to tip it over the top, because if you've got too much on them, they will actually steam, not cook. Okay, we're going to put these in the oven. And what you want to do is every 10 minutes, you want to turn them and baste them. And we're going to cook them for 40 minutes. So you sort of got to be on them just to keep them turning and keep them basting so that they'll taste amazing. So when the first buzzer goes off for 10 minutes, I'll check back in with you and you can see how we're going. Okay, so I gave these a bit longer than I was supposed to. But I'm going to flip them now. So grab some tongs, flip them over. And keep in mind, unless you've preheated your oven, these are not going to be done in 40 minutes. That's why I'm not treating mine as a fan forced today. I only treat it with fan forced with my oven when it comes to cakes and things that are going to burn. But with these, I actually do want these to cook sometime today. So I've cranked it up. Crank up the heat. All right. So here we go again. All right. This time I'm going to put them in for a 10. So they've had 15 instead of 10. But that's okay. So I'm going to put them in for another 10. All right. And we'll be back. Okay. So they've had, I think about 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. They definitely look done. So I didn't actually tell you at the beginning, but they say this serves 8, which technically means 1 each with some salad. So it's up to you. If you're doing like a huge banquet, then yes, 1 each is good, but otherwise you probably want more than that. With salad, it's not very much. So there you have it. Sticky char siu pork ribs. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hit subscribe and you'll never miss a moment. Now, any leftover marinade, do not be tempted to put it on because it's got contaminates in it, so discard of that. All right, I'll catch you next time.